Hey guys, good afternoon. Joe, is this a new stream? Well, it's not a VOD. That's true. It is a new stream. It is a little early, but listen. The New York Jets play the Giants later at 6 o'clock my time, so I really want to watch that game. But I really want to play WoW. What am I supposed to do? And I decided I would play WoW right now. And that would be okay. Andreas, where is the previous warrior? I don't know what we're talking about. This is the only character that I've had in official hardcore so far. We're gonna do the low level stuff to try to make sure that we're getting all of the chains. Dwarven digging, okay. Play WoW and watch the game. I like to watch the game with my wife. And I'm already splitting my attention. I'm splitting my attention between chat, guild chat, and Warcraft. So I think that like throwing a football game into that could be a recipe to get me killed. Could be. It could be a way to get me killed. That's what it seems like. Camping. Yeah, I'll get you camping. Give me 1 second. I don't know if I have any officers in right now. Swoop hunting. Yeah, Wouter, it's not easy. Yeah, a lot of people say like, oh, it's really easy not to die. I hardly ever die. Until you're trying not to die. And then it feels like you die all the time. Yeah, just be careful out there. Yeah, you can die easily. It's easy to get killed. Even to a spider. Yeah. It could seem like an inconsequential enemy, but it could take you out. You didn't die, that's good. You almost died. Just be careful. Even the easy pulls can get challenging, especially because a lot of enemies respawn really, really fast. Especially right now, it seems like respawn rates are basically through the roof. Okay, we could head out in like any direction to do this stuff. Let's swing south here. We need ambercorns from under the trees, poachers. We need lots of stuff. Let's go ahead and shrink this down. Oh, we're going to be capped on quest though. That's going to be a problem. I picked up a Baron's quest. We talk about Taurens a lot, Joe. You know why I don't play Taurens anymore. I've talked about it plenty of times. Are there quest chains in the Tauren starting area that lead to RFC? There are quest chains. There are quests in Thunderbluff. No, I'm just here to do some of the lower level stuff in Mulgor. People wanted to see Mulgor, so I figured we'd do some Mulgor. There will be some stuff that's lower level, but it'll give us an opportunity to do some herbing, pick up some herbs since we're trying to get that skilled up. And yeah, and once we clear some of the Grey quests, then we'll be getting into quests that give more experience. Just some additional zone hopping to try to get us ahead of the curve, both for questing and for our professions, is basically why I'm here. And flight points and weapon training. We're gonna have to train, I think, maces and staves in Thunderbluff. So eventually we were gonna have to come out here regardless. It'll be nice to come here while we can still get some experience from some of the questing. Anubis, yes, I am back soon. It was a 2-hour break. Yeah, I was gone for about 2 hours. I have some NFL preseason to watch later on, and that's it's conflicting with my WoW time. So I thought, you know, I can't change the NFL schedule, but I can play WoW a little bit earlier, and so that's what we're doing. You're a Cowboys fan? That's cool. I follow a few different teams. The Cowboys isn't really one of them. But I'll watch basically any game that's on. But tonight is it's the Jets and the Giants. Excuse me. Robert speaks. Take 2. Jets and Giants, and they're gonna play Aaron Rodgers tonight, at least for a couple of plays. So I want to see how Aaron Rodgers does on the Jets, because I find that really interesting. Auntie, am I gonna finish Warcraft 3? Yeah, I'm going to. Obviously, right now, most of my time is going to be spent in hardcore, probably for the next couple days. But after the initial hype and after like leveling slows down a bit, then the recorded stuff will pick back up. But yeah, right now I'm going to be focusing most of my time on streaming this character. And so there might be a little bit of a lull in some of the recorded stuff. So it's just like limited time, and I think right now my time is best spent here. And then, you know, in a couple days we'll be back to regular uploads of the Warlock in Warcraft 3. Joe, I think anything is fine. We have a lot of people. 22 online. We're up to 74 total. So we got pretty good representation, I think, of like everything. So if we're talking about class, anything is good. My advice on the rogue: be very careful until you get vanished. I think you get vanished at level 20. So my advice is like be very, very careful until you get vanished, because you are very squishy if anything bad happens where you pull multiple enemies. Make sure that evasion is keybound to something you can hit easily. You're going to be popping evasion all the time. But yeah, evasion and then vanish is going to save your life quite a lot. Anubis, who are you building a rig through? I used iBuyPower the last time, and it was an amazing experience. They emailed me like every step of the way, from like receiving the order to gathering the parts to putting it together to burning it in. Like they emailed me like. Oh, that was a mute button. Yeah, yep, I did it through iBuyPower. It was a really good experience. Yep, I was super happy with it, and what I did was I made sure, like, the biggest complaint people have about, like, when they have a company build them a computer and ship it is, like, the worst thing that happens often is that the video card snaps off in the motherboard. And so through iBuyPower, they have an option to ship the video card separately. Well, not separately, they ship it in the same box, but they ship it outside, not installed into the rig. And so I had them do that, and I didn't have any problems with it. Like, the only bad things that I ever heard about iBuyPower was that, like, yeah, sometimes upon arrival, like, if you chose to get the graphics card installed, like, by them, sometimes you have problems where, like, it literally snaps in transit. But it's super easy to snap a video card in place, so I did that myself. Yeah, you know what the thing is? We never found any bags on this character, did we? I don't really know what to make of that. Yeah, it's the only negative reviews, and so like they make it really easy just to have it shipped outside of the PC. It's not hard. Like anybody can pop a video card in. Even if you've never done it before, you can just Google a video really quick, and it's super simple. And it's basically like it's the only really safe way to go. And I read that even when somebody does have a problem, like let's say your video card snaps, like they take care of you, you know, but it just takes time. It takes a lot of time to get that taken care of, and like, God, who wants to wait more? Daniel, you found 6 black bags and a red bag? Oh, okay, a 6 slot and an 8 slot. Oh, I read like 6 black bags. I'm like, oh my God, delete the character. If you found 6 black bags, delete the character. I read it wrong. Anubis says, I've already waited 10 years. Yeah, all the more reason to not want it to arrive with a broken graphics card, though. We're waiting for the wolves and the Planestriders to drop a single item. It's like a really low chance to drop. It's really weird. I can't think of many other starting zones that have a quest like this, where like you have this like really low chance to drop to get one of a couple different items. Yeah, we need. Yeah, there we go. We got the wolf heart. So now we need cougars and the swoops. Okay. I didn't notice that we got the Planestrider scale, so that's good. Recommendations on race and class for leveling? You know, for race and stuff, that's like all like preference. So is class to some extent. If you're newer to hardcore, like a priest is kind of safe. You know, they got power word shield, they can heal themselves. Paladin is super survivable, but like really slow to level. So a priest is a really good idea for someone who's like kind of either newer to classic or just newer to the concept of a one life character. Because you have a lot of heals and a lot of ways to survive. I would say like avoid classes that don't have any heals. So you got quite a few classes to choose from that have like a heal button, and if you're just starting out, a heal button's gonna help you out a lot to have a heal. Mike, did the mouse get you killed yesterday? I remember you saying that the mouse died, and that it wasn't a wireless situation either. I wish I can get like a listing from the guild chat, like when like I log in. I want to see people who've died while I've been away. Like we have the death notification, so like if you're logged in and somebody dies in the guild, like you'll see it. But I want like the daily readout. I want it to spit out like a quick automated readout every time I log in to tell me if any characters in the guild have died. I think that would be a really cool feature for hardcore. Cause yeah, you're not going to be in to see every death. Rippy, this is vanilla. Yeah, this is the place we're playing hardcore now. It's a vanilla era. We did lose someone earlier today. Yeah, and I'd love to have known like who it was. You know, I'm sure they can generate some like scripting that would just spit it out. So like in like right below the guild message, so you'd log in, you'd see the guild message, and then it would read out all the character death for you. That would be really neat. Or just have a place to go, like in the guild tab itself, like a place you can go, like instead of show offline members, show deceased members. That would be cool. Do the dead players affect guild capacity? Or are they removed immediately? They're not removed immediately. I believe if they're still a ghost, they get to stay in the guild. Yeah, I think as long as you don't transfer your character off the realm, I believe you get to stay in your guild and hang out as a ghost. And then therefore, yeah, they would count towards the number of people in the guild, I believe. I think the only way you would get kicked from the guild automatically would be if you left and transferred the character to one of the other servers. Or if you delete the character. Obviously, if you delete the character, then they're not in the guild. But if you leave yourself as a ghost, you're probably still there. I don't think I've ever been down into this cave. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been down here. None of this looks familiar. Anubis, you're confused on Vanilla versus Wrath of the Lich King. So Vanilla is the first version of the game that came out in 2004. So in 2004 we got what we call Vanilla. We got like World of Warcraft came out. And then 2006 we got Burning Crusade, which is expansion number 1. And then in 2008 or 9 we got Wrath of the Lich King. So Wrath of the Lich King is WoW's second expansion. And the Vanilla is just the incarnation of the game as it was, you know, in the original year it came out. What's the point of keeping a ghost? Just to hang out as a ghost. I don't know. Inventory's full. Oh, that's disgusting. Absolutely terrible. Asmon's Gold's right. You look at someone's screen in retail and you have no idea what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, like you mean if you're watching somebody play like on Twitch or on YouTube and you're not a retail player? If you're not a retail player, if you look at somebody's screen that plays retail, you're going to be baffled and probably really turned off. Because all it is a bunch of bars. It's like a billion bars moving. Some of them move, some of them don't move, some of them are stationary. They're all colorful. And then just spell effects. Spell effects. Spell effects. And you're going to look at it and be like, I don't know what the F this is about. Yeah, you're not going to have any idea. You're going to look at it and think it's fucking rocket science. Like, how could I ever think about playing this game? You clearly need a 300 IQ to comprehend all the moving bars. It's too much clutter. You get like a 4x4 inch of screen to actually look at on your 32-inch monitor. There's like a 4-inch by 4-inch cube that you can actually see the game world. And like, that's really not what people want when they're like thinking about playing a game. They don't want to be like hyper focused on bars and moving things and timers and stuff like that. They want to actually be looking at the game and playing in the game world. Surprisingly, when people play a game, they want to like get it immersed into it. It's weird. We need 2 more skinners. I'm kind of hoping we can get them outside really quick and then head back to town to vendor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Classic is very immersive in a way that like retail isn't. Even its leveling experience, it just isn't like immersive really. You can get immersed when you play retail, but you have to go way out of your way to do it. I really would like to complete this quest. Oh, we need poachers. Oh, we might not. Where am I gonna get poachers from? Poachers are down to the south. Okay, let's just head back to town and vendor. We still need poachers. You wish Classic would have more new areas? Yeah, it's probably never going to happen. I would say, like, if we have any hope of that kind of Classic Plus content, or like you want to see new areas added to Classic, we're probably like 2 years out from that. And that's if stuff like the seasonal content does really, really well. And if retail continues to bleed players, which it has done. Like, the player count is way down in Dragonflight. Now, player retention in Dragonflight is way up. Like, the people who are playing Dragonflight are stuck in it because it's actually good. But the people who are not playing retail are not coming back to retail. They're not choosing to engage with retail if they haven't already been playing it. So what it will take for Classic Plus content, like new zones, new dungeons, etc., will be retail continuing to not pull in new players, Classic somehow proving that it is pulling in new players, and then just continuing demand for more Classic stuff, including the engagement in like the seasons that they're going to be doing and stuff like that. But we're about a year to 2 years out of hearing anything about that kind of Classic Plus, I would think. Am I still playing the DK? Yes, but I'm like, for the next couple days, there's probably not going to be a lot of recorded uploads. I'm going to try to touch one of the series each day, but I want to be spending a lot of my time here at launch, like streaming hardcore. And then after a couple days, like the first week, things will die down. We'll be in like the level 20s, 30s, 40s, and it'll be slower, and then I'll get back onto regular scheduling with all the recorded stuff. But for right now, I do plan to kind of like hyper-focus this for a little bit. And but I will be also like going through those series, and like tomorrow I'm going to record some more Warcraft 3 because I've been really itching to play some more War 3. And then, you know, maybe the day after that I'll do a Warlock video, and then I'll do a Death Knight. And so I'm going to kind of cycle through them for now. But I do kind of want to be right here. That's kind of like the tough part about balancing like two very, very different parts of the channel. Like I know there are people who only really like the immersive stuff. And I know there are people who prefer the streams. And I like both of them for different reasons. But when it comes to like a new launch, like I'm probably gonna be stuck here for a bit. What other classes and races am I gonna try? You know, none of them, because we're gonna get this one to 60, obviously, and that's gonna take 300 hours. I don't know. I try not to think about like the next character right now, because like that might jinx the current one. But you know, I'll tell you what I won't play. What I probably will never play in hardcore is I'll probably never do a hunter again. I'll probably never do a druid, and I'll probably never do. I can't say warlock. Yeah, hunter I won't do. Druid I won't do. And paladin. Anything else is on the table at some point. But that would be like a lot of bad luck if I went through that many characters. I already got every class killed at least once over on Bloodsail Buccaneers, so I already have a long history of getting the classes killed off. I've killed every single class at least once. Some classes I killed twice. But that was in solo self-found, so... What would really be smart is if I run over here and actually learn cooking. Because, you know, for whatever reason, like, undead, they don't need to eat, so they don't have cooking trainers. You can't learn cooking over in, like, Brill the way you can most of the starter towns. Highest level was 47, and that was on the Paladin in solo self-found. And, yeah, it got really, really tedious. Don't play a Paladin. Don't play a Paladin in Classic era. It said they had a trainer here. What am I missing? Is he outside? Oh, it's the cook, Robert. It's the cook. Train me. There we go. We can actually do a little bit of cooking and not stand in the fire. I'm still in the fire? I call shenanigans. Yeah, I might do a shaman someday. Listen, I'm really interested in the shaman, but like the truth of the matter is, it's not a great class in vanilla because it's like C or D tier DPS. And after my experience, I never used to look at the tier ratings for like DPS and stuff until I had that experience on the Paladin where it just got like really bad. And then I said, look, I have to look at the actual facts, and I have to look at the actual classes, and I have to see what kind of damage they can actually do. And so, unfortunately, like, shaman's kind of way down there. I need to get... How many meaty wings do I have? 14. I need 14 mild spices. From, probably not this guy. Nope, I gotta find the trades good. You'd think he'd be hanging out in here, which he is. So that's perfect. Leveling a shaman was exhausting. Yeah, like I always want to go enhancement. Like I want to do what I'm doing right now, right? I want to do two-handed, big weapons, big crits, big time. And sometimes on the shaman that can happen. But like after a while it stops happening. And that's why it's like C or D tier DPS. And yeah, I have to look at that kind of stuff now because it directly affects my enjoyment when I'm like level 40 and I can't kill anything. Are these not meaty wings? Robert, those only look like meaty wings. we have some mild spices for later. Those were not meaty wings. You can't eat leather scraps, kids. You can't do it. Open the character window? Okay. I got stuff. I got some stuff, but why I haven't sold this shirt yet, I have no idea. We're selling the shirt, obviously. Infantry bracers. I have some leather gear on. That's really cool. Yeah, I think that like future characters, if this character were to die, which they won't, but if they were to die, I would probably, what would I do? I'd probably do a mage. Yeah, I'd probably go mage. What do we have here? Awesome, that's awesome, thank you. And that's an upgrade as well. Perfect. Let's send some stuff over to my bank alt. Let's do that. That's really it. I need to send them some silver too, because I realize you need to have a little bit of silver to post auctions. you can't post auctions when you're dead broke, it turns out. Oh, speaking of which, I should check the bank alt really quick. Do you guys mind if I check the bank alt really quick and see if anything I put up sold at all? Yeah, I think I'm gonna pop over really quick. I know people are gonna come into the stream, they're gonna be like, what happened to the warrior? Is the warrior dead? No. I got some mail, so yeah, something sold. Oh, you know what? It might be mail from myself. Yeah, it might be mail from my character. Let's see if anything's sold. Thank you, Auntie Anubis. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Hey, look at that. I sold some light leather for almost 5 silver. Oh, all the light leather sold. Okay, let's put this stuff up and get that stuff going, and then I'm gonna keep some of the silver on this character. I think I'm gonna keep some of the silver where it's safe, and then if I want anything, I should just buy it on this character and send it over to the warrior. That way, the warrior's not walking around with a bunch of gold when it gets killed. You know. Malachite. Let's see what this is. Okay, that's not promising. So this is going for... I can vendor it for more than that, can't I? Can't I vendor it for more than that? I'm gonna put it up for... Buy 3 of them for 2 silver. That's a deal, right? Yeah, there we go. It's a deal. Big deals here. Oh, I didn't do a buyout for this. Oh, God, fail. What failure? I didn't put a buyout price for the sword I put up. No one's gonna buy it. No one wants to bid. They just want the item now. I can undercut that. That's fine. Let's do a little bit of scumbaggery here and just undercut it by a little bit. There we go. Stack of leather. Yep. That sounds right. Let's do 70. It's hardcore auction house. Yep. Okay, we got Peace Bloom. How much are we asking for Peace Bloom? Probably not a lot, if I had to guess. Looking for stacks of 20. 3 silver. I'm like absolutely convinced it vendors for that much, but okay, whatever. Let's do 370. Okay, let's check this out. Pattern of fine leather gloves. Okay, that's basically nothing. So this sells for nothing. Got it. Carving knife of frozen. You know, I could save that for a mage. But I don't... A mage I would start might not have daggers to start. Let's check it out. Alex, I think you gave this to me. There's not one up here, so I could probably just like... I could probably do this. I could probably do 6 silver. We could do that. Tiger's Eye is selling for nothing. Okay. Alright, that should be good. I'm gonna hold on to everything else till I have actual stacks. There we go. That's our hardcore auction house for the day. We need to head south to go after the poachers. Amy, the Chiefs won by 1 point. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, they thought they had that big lead, and then they came right back. How difficult has it been trying to complete quests? Not at all. Not after the first night, and even the first night wasn't super bad. They have what's called layering, so they have layering, so like you get spread out through the different layers, even though you're all on the same server. So like it's actually been fine. I haven't had any problems. What they did for named guys is they did exactly what I told them to do. They changed it so named guys respawn every like 10 seconds. Like every 5 to 10 seconds, if a named guy is dead, he will be right back. He will BRB. Because he's not going to be gone long anymore. Because they fixed it. You just have to be careful now. Like when you fight a named guy, pull him away from where he's at. Do this and pull him back. Because as soon as you kill him, he can probably just respawn right back up. So yeah, whenever you're fighting a named guy, pull them away from where their spawn point is. If you can do that safely. That would be my advice to everybody. Just be very careful about where you fight them. Yeah, they were terrible, especially in solo self-found when you weren't allowed to group up. But even here, that first night was a nightmare. I managed to tag Sarkoff, the Scorpion in Durotar in the Valley of Trials. There was a line of people, but then there was a gaggle of people up front, so I didn't wait in the line. I just walked up, started slamming T, and I tagged him ahead of anybody else. But we weren't so lucky with a couple other ones. And so it was a really, really good change they made. And like the weirdest thing about Blizzard is like they'll do that, they'll make a good change, and then they won't really expressly say what they did. You know, you'd think they'd like make a big announcement like, oh, we have seen the trouble of tagging named enemies in WoW Hardcore, and we'd like to make a change for the betterment of players. And that they'd like, you know, take the win. Take the win. They don't want to piss people, like the people that gets killed, they don't want their animosity. Because someone's going to be like, oh, they respawned on top of me, got me killed. I hate this change. But if they'd have announced it ahead of time, they could have got ahead of that stuff. They could have said, guys, tomorrow. But they didn't do that, and now they can't make a big deal out of it because it's gotten some people killed. It was added from PTR, but it wasn't on day one. Like they didn't have it in the game when we launched. So what, they tested it on PTR and then they didn't carry it through on day one? That's a little weird, right? And then again, like I said, when that happens, like if that happened by mistake, if day one they launched and it didn't have the quick timers, that's their time to make a post about it and be like, hey guys, we realize named enemies are not respawning as quickly as they should. This is something we hope to address tomorrow. And then people log in tomorrow and they're like, okay, I gotta be careful. They said named guys, we're gonna instant respawn. Did I max the Paladin? I got the Paladin to 47 before it came to the most tedious and awful thing I've ever tried to do in the game. Because we hadn't gotten the weapon for 11 levels. And even fighting against green enemies, every time I would kill somebody, I'd have to full heal and then drink my mana back. I couldn't even kill 2 green enemies in a row. Got too tedious for me. I retired him. I sent him over to the Mancrit cluster. The bank alt died. I see what you're doing there. Rip bank alt. No guys, the bank alt's fine. The bank alt's still hanging out in Undercity. What do I need? What am I looking for? Poachers, right? I'm looking. I haven't seen a single poacher. How have I not seen a single poacher? Snaggle Spear, you're mine, buddy. I don't know who you are. You're probably not going to drop anything, but I've never seen you before. He dropped nothing, yeah. A white cape. It's kind of crazy that I haven't seen any poachers. Mainly it's weird because there's not a lot of places where they spawn, apparently. This is the only area marked for poachers, and there aren't any. It doesn't leave me with a lot of options. Oh, we got a dead body over here. Rip Bad Bull. He used to drop a random green. They have, like, the rare spawns have a chance to drop a green, but I really wish they would always drop a green, because they don't. And I feel it feels so much better when you kill a rare spawn and they drop a green. It makes you excited instead of wary. Like, instead of being wary, like, oh, that rare spawn, he might kill me. You're like, okay, cool, chance at a green. Here's a poacher. That druid was not was not paying attention. We're gonna get 2 of these guys, but it's okay. Okay, stop running. Stop running. There we go. Let's see. I got somebody asking for an invite in a whisper. I'll get to you in a moment. The easiest way to get a invite is to post in chat, because usually I have a couple officers that are sometimes in chat as well. But I could do this. Oh, you might. Okay, there we go. Perfect. There are gnolls west. Yeah, I did the ones to the west at first. Those were the other types of gnolls. There might be a couple back in the cave, but the ones out front were the other ones. The skinners and the tanners. And I got all the skinners and tanners I needed. It looks like we're getting a couple, like, they share spawn points, you know? So, like, all we have to do is, like, I guess we kill everything and then we wait for them to spawn in as poachers. And that's when people are having a lot of problems over here. Oh, here's a couple poachers. Here we go, here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe not so great now with the 4th guy. I didn't really want 4 guys, to be honest, but we're still good. 4th guy was kind of an accidental add. 5th guy was add. Alright, let's kill 5th guy. Let's pull out this way. And then, oh, we're pulling we did everything everybody else just did. You know, now we know why people are running away from this. Let's run. We have a lot of HP, and they can't deal a lot of damage to us. I think we're just gonna kill them. Yeah, I think we're just gonna kill them all. We're gonna kill 6 guys. It's fine. Yeah, that's the benefit of having a really good weapon for your level. Is that it lets you do stupid crap like that. Yeah. This is the power of the warrior with a really good weapon. It's like, yeah, these guys were green and gray, but no other class would you stand toe-to-toe like that. You just wouldn't do it. All these guys are going to respawn any second. The good news is we're done here, but I do want to come back here and get this herb. If I can, I don't know if I can get up to where the herb has spawned. That's a little bit of a weird place to spawn it. Maybe around the other side. Okay, yeah, maybe up here. That's a lot of legwork to get to an herb. It better be earthroot. Yeah, it is. I was crushing 5 guys. It made you hungry for a burger, Viper? Yes. Now I'm kind of hungry for a burger. Thank you for that. Oh, I have some cold leftover pizza in the fridge, though. That's almost as good. Alex, you need one of your characters up to officer? Who don't I... Do I even know your warrior's name? Because I think you signed on the priest, didn't you? Okay, got him. There you go. The mage can stay too. I mean, if you're an officer, you might as well be an officer on all your characters, you know. Yeah, you might as well just be an officer on all the characters. That makes the most sense to me. We're done except for we need flatland cougar femurs. We're gonna find more of those like somewhere else, I think. Wind Fury, we can go after the Wind Fury over here. I think I want to turn these in before I don't want to level up from kill XP and like lose out on oh, we're gonna lose out on everything anyway. It's fine. The gray ones are already gray, so. Yeah, that's not, yeah, I definitely want you to be able to invite people. Monica, good afternoon. I have been forgetting to skin, haven't I? Probably left a couple behind. I left behind more than one. Yeah. More than one. We're not getting a lot of skill ups, but that's okay. I was kind of hoping to find more herbs. Somebody needs to make you a member, not an initiate. Let me see. Player status, members, initiate. Boop. There we go. Yeah, everyone else should be good. Alright, let's come down this way. At some point I got the swoop gizzard as well. I don't remember looting it, but we did. So all we're looking for from wildlife is cougars. Dakota, we are only level 13. tomorrow I want to do Ragefire Chasm. Even if I don't have all the quests yet, I want to do Ragefire Chasm tomorrow for the first stream. That is the plan for tomorrow. We'll be 14 or 15. I think as long as we're at least level 14, like as a DPS, we should be fine. And we'll have a couple of the quests, but whatever quest it was that has to go to like Skull Rock, we're not doing that yet. So we'll get all the quests we can that don't require going into Skull Rock, and we'll do those the first time. Where is the Gnome Warrior? It's still hanging out on Bloodsail Buccaneers, and we're on the official hardcore server of Skull Rock now. Yeah, the last time I played the Warrior over there was just like kind of warm myself up after the Hunter died, so I can get used to the Warrior buttons again. There are no current near future plans to work on the solo self-found stuff. We did so much solo self-found. I'm excited to be able to use the auction house. We had the next War 3 episode. I'm going to record it tomorrow. So it'll either go up tomorrow afternoon or it will go up the next day. But as I said earlier, like right now, I'm like most of my time is focused on this. For the next like week, you know, probably for this next week, this first week, a lot of my attention will be focused on this. And I'm gonna try to do one recorded a day, and I'm gonna try to get up War 3, the Warlock, and some Death Knight throughout the week. And then after that, we'll get to more of like a normal release cadence for the immersive stuff. But a lot of my time is going to be spent here for right now. Just launch hype, you know. I like to like give into the launch hype a bit. Once we hit like the level 30s and stuff, we'll start to slow down. So I might not be compelled to level as much in a day. I have a severe inventory issue, and I need to figure out what it is. It's really holding us back. It's really holding back like any progress. We have bags. Is it that I'm not making bandages? Like I gotta figure out what I'm doing wrong here. 'Cause I can't have all these inventory problems. Yeah, I don't have room for quest items. Yeah, it's not surprising. I'm just gonna run back and sell everything. The inventory has really been bad on this character, and I'm not really sure why. I haven't been hanging on to meat for cooking. I've been mailing stuff off every chance I get. And I think I have to spend some time crafting bandages, and I have to get all this linen out of my inventory. I have a lot of bags. There's not a good excuse to be having all these problems. The wool of a double gatherer, yeah, it's probably that, but I feel like even with that, it shouldn't be this bad. It's my fault. I'm missing something. I'm either holding on to stuff that I don't need to, or something else is going on. I did buy a stack of mild spices. That didn't help anybody. I don't see a big value in having an herbalism bag. I think that's just a detriment overall. But yeah, let's go back and let's vendor again. If I wanted to buy 8-slot bags, they'd be 25 silver each. Oh, they beat me to this one. Oh, I hate it. I hate when I'm heading for a node and someone else is heading there and they beat me to it. It's like, for some reason, it's the only part of the game that I get like competitive about. I hate when someone beats me to the node and I just don't click in time. You can craft 8-slot bags? You're not at 8-slot yet, right? Though you're still at 6-slot bags. I think we'd still be a ways out from 10-slot bags. All right, let's make all these bandages. Well, maybe not all of them. We're gonna make them until 50, and then at 50 we should be able to train the heavy linen. Actually, right near us, somewhere near us. For the 10 slots, you need silk. Yeah, leather workers can make a 6-slot bag, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know if they can make bigger bags though. I'm not sure what like other capacity leather workers have to make bags. I thought it was mainly a tailoring thing besides that initial 6-slot. $40 is heavy linen. I'm not sure why I thought it was 50. We'll check out the trainer. Who is maybe inside the inn? Yes. Okay, yeah, cool. So, okay, it's 50 is journeyman first aid. Okay. Yeah, let's make the big ones. And then we can sell the little ones. I haven't been using them a lot anyway. Johnny, have a good nap, man. We'll see you later. Thanks for being here. Challenge: level the bank ult to 60. If I did play a priest, it would be a Forsaken priest, but I would just make a different Forsaken priest. But the priest is a class that I would love to one day revisit. You know, after we get this character all the way to 60, obviously. Alright, there we go. We could probably sell. We'll sell these. I don't. Ooh, flash. No, I don't need flash pellets. I don't have a gun. That's 3 silver. That's quite a sale. I'm gonna use the Troll's Blood Potion on myself, preferably. I'm gonna use a scroll. So, yeah, that's a little bit better. I'm still not, like, super happy with it. We're holding on to a lot of quest items, obviously, until we find the Cougar Femur, and then we can get it all out of the inventory. Let's go turn this one in. Johnny, I appreciate you letting it run, man. Thank you. Water of the Seers. Consume the water. We don't have to follow the vision. Let's consume the water to get rid of it. We don't have to follow the wolf. We'll just follow Questie. Oh, it's going to be 7 minutes until we induce the vision. That's great. I love that the ponytail floats. Have I gotten any good drops yet? No, not me personally. No, you know, a sword drop, but I'm putting it on the auction house because you know it wasn't as good as what I have. Now I've been gifted a lot of cool stuff, but I haven't found any like really good drops. You know, we never even found a bag. We didn't have a single bag to drop it. This will be the 3rd starting zone that we've worked out of. So if we finish this and we don't get any bags, then I don't know. I don't know, character might be cursed. Character might be cursed. If we do 3 starting areas and we don't see a single bag drop, That would be like, that would be unusual. It definitely would not be the normal thing to have happen. Yeah, no bags. Yeah, we did Duratar. We're working out of Duratar. We're working out of Tirisfal. Now we're working out of Mulgor, and it's like we don't see any bags drop. I don't know what that means. I mean, it's fine because like we have bags, you know. It's just weird to not see any drop. We're saving our good luck for later. Yeah, I mean, I can get behind that as an idea. I hope that's what it means, because yeah, we haven't gotten really any like loot drops, and we haven't gotten any bag drops. So maybe we're saving it for like that blue axe we're gonna get at like level 20. Yeah, we'll get the blue axe from the wetlands that the paladin got, but instead of us getting it at level 30, we'll get it at level 20 when it's actually really useful. I think it was like, was it Skull Splitter? I don't remember what it was. It was a two-handed blue axe, and the paladin got it, and it was okay, but like the paladin was like level 28, 29 by then, and the weapon was like a level 20 weapon. So it was good because it was a blue, but it wasn't amazing. Yeah, there's Razorfen Downs and Razorfen Crawl. One of them is like level 20s, I think. One of them is level 30s. That was one useful thing about the add-on, is that the add-on lists out the levels of the dungeons. I almost went to click the add-on so I could check the dungeon levels. We got the femur cougar femur. We got the femur cougar too, yeah. Special kind of cougar. It's just a walking hip, basically. RFK is 20. RFD is like late 30s or something. Leatrix Plus should show it. Maybe. Media. I don't know what that means. Oh, media. Media is where dungeons are. Cool. Cool. Well, that's neat. I didn't know that was there. These are alphabetical. Kind of gross. Where is Razorfen Crawl? Huh. Leatrix maps. Yeah, I don't know what was going on inside Leatrix there. That stuff looked a little weird. That was music? Wait. You mean I can tell Leatrix to play whatever music I want? Is that what you're telling me? I don't think I'm gonna mess with that, but if so, that's pretty cool. Right, that was media, so music. Wow. Well, that's really cool. If I start a track and I stop it, will it just go back to playing like the normal zone music? Random. Movies, various, dungeons, zones. Oh, really cool. So if you just really like the soundtrack of a certain zone, you can just choose to play that. That's a really cool feature. Oh, don't interrupt my herbing. That's super cool. Use the Stormwind music for the volume test. Yes. It would be nice to, like, when I'm in Stormwind, just not have the Stormwind music play. Just change it to a different track so we don't have to deal with it being so loud. I feel like the music's been kind of quiet today. Turn it up a little bit. You guys want me to try one of them to see what happens? Oh, it's loud too. Nice. And then if I stop, will the in-game music ever start again? Will the in-game music ever just start again? The answer is no. The answer is no, it will not. So that's the only problem. Oh, look at that. It unchecks music in your interface options so it can play through the add-on. Okay, so that's one thing to keep. If you use Leatrix to play a music track, it will disable the actual in-game music, and instead it'll play through the add-on. Interesting. I like that. That's a really nifty feature. Has anyone made a warlock yet? I'm sure we have to have some warlocks. Yeah, we got a couple online right now. They're not an upgrade, but I bet I could sell them for like 6 silver on the auction house. Paul, it's going well. Yeah, I've really been digging it. I've been spending basically all of my game time streaming it. Yeah, I've been pretty sucked into the character and into the experience. Alex, I'd appreciate it, man. Yeah, especially on a warrior, I'll take all the help I can get. Use my racial ability? Huh. My racial ability is Blood Fury. Increases base melee attack power by 25% for 15 seconds and reduces healing effects on you. Okay, okay, yeah. This would be really good, like when I had to fight those 7 guys earlier. That would have been a really good button to have out, thank you. Yeah, that's on a 2-minute cooldown, so like anytime I pull multiple guys or just like a guy who's at level with us, we should definitely be popping that. I'm not a big orc player, so I didn't even think to look. Sarah, good afternoon, good evening to you. Script, good evening, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Sarah, Mulgor was the first zone that I ever walked a character around in. It was on my friend's account, which I know you're not supposed to do, but he wanted to show me the game. And the first character I ever made was a Tauren Druid, and I ran him around and fought some stuff, and I fell in love with the game right away. And it was in part due to how beautiful this zone was. I was like, if this is the starting zone and it looks this amazing, like imagine what else I can find in the world. And then he opened the map and he like zoomed the map out for me and explained to me that all of these highlighted areas were different zones I could go to someday. And that got me hooked like right away. The fact that I could explore a world this big in the Warcraft universe like hooked me immediately. Because I had been playing Warcraft 3 for a while at that point. I did drop mining, and I need to update the description of the streams to reflect the proper professions. Yeah, that's a good call out. Yeah, I dropped it for herbalism, which is going a lot better. Yeah, it's going a lot better. Oh, Sarah, that's a really good memory, though. Yeah. I hope my son one day remembers, like, experiences that we have together, like, in video game worlds, and just, like, inaugurating him to, like, just the massive imagination that, like, kind of comes together when people play a game like this all together. I hope that becomes, like, a fond memory for him someday, too. How much are mounts? Joe, you gotta know how much mounts are, man. You've been around for a while. Mounts are super expensive. Mounts are 100 gold. Alex, you got defensive stance? Yes, and now you get to practice stance dancing. Good luck. Or just charge into every pull like a paladin would do. Because if you want to actually use the ability charge, you're gonna have to stance dance, and that was always like the least fun I ever had tanking on a warrior was having to stance dance. I was not a big fan of it. The only thing that even makes it tolerable is if you grab tactical mastery. Because then at least when you stance dance, like, you don't lose all the rage that you generated from your charge. Yeah, otherwise it makes it horrible. Yeah, if you don't have tactical mastery, stance dancing is a horrible experience because you're being punished every single time you do it. But then again, to be fair, as a warrior and in hardcore, you probably want to be pulling a lot with your ranged weapon. There are times when it's like totally safe just to charge right in, you know. There are those times, but I feel like a lot of times you want to pull with your ranged weapon when you kind of pull stuff back. So, you know, tactical mastery might not be like 100% necessary, but it does make the experience better for the times when you can charge in and you want to charge in. Not charging in means you're not going to have as much rage to start the pull with, which is going to require your DPS to be patient. Boop. This swoop's probably gonna hit me. Stay away, swoop. Stay away. Oh, we got it. Have I spent the talent point? No. I did not notice that we dinged because I'm bad at paying attention to stuff like that. Well, we can take a look. We're just gonna keep going into improved heroic strike. I know a couple people said deflection was just really good all around. We might grab it eventually. Because I don't know what else we're gonna go 2 points here, and then I'll go 3 points in deflection. I don't know if I'll take improved overpower. Maybe we will. We have to go 3 points deep wounds, 1 point here. Yeah, we'll see. I might spend a few points in deflection whenever I'm in a tier where I don't have any other interesting choices. That could be a good time to circle back and get some more parry. Paul, you put the stances on the mouse wheel? I'm jealous of people that don't need like full control of their camera. Like, I don't know how I would play the game if I couldn't mouse wheel my camera. I do way too much like just natural mouse wheeling with my camera to ever like people assign it to like have their pet attack and stuff, which I think is really cool as well. I just can't play the game without it zooming in and zooming out. We have to be hunting swoops, I realize. Yeah, we should be hunting swoops. There aren't a lot of them, like, in a condensed area. You use shift. Yeah, I don't know if I'm that dexterous. I have trouble with hitting shift while I'm on WASD. My pinky doesn't really like to do it. Yeah, we could go back for training, and we have basically a full inventory again. So we absolutely have to go back and take care of that. Vashir? Yeah, that is the water zone in Keta. It's like the first zone you go into, if I remember right, at level 80. Yep, you'll get to relive that soon. I'm sure within like the next year or so we'll have Cataclysm Classic. So, yeah. That'll be fun. At this point, I wouldn't mind me some Cataclysm Classic. I'll be ready for it by the time it comes out. It'll probably be next summer. I would say like summer of 2024. Is when we can expect Cataclysm. I'll get the Thunderbluff flight point eventually. Yeah, we'll eventually head that way. We have a couple of RFC quests. At least one quest to grab. What am I looking for here? Okay. Yeah, if we can clear the swoops and we can clear the dwarven tools, then we'll probably be done with all the great quests. We know, to be fair, we haven't gotten a lot of XP out of coming here, but I kind of knew that we wouldn't. We've done some skinning, we've done some herbing, and I guess we've raised our reputation. Having reputation doesn't hurt. But yeah, I think most of what we've done is we've worked on a lot of gray stuff. Trainer, yes, thanks, Joe. Thank you. ICC is going to be out by December or January though, and that's it. It's ICC, we kill Arthas, and question mark, profit. And then, yeah, like, it might happen. Listen to this. Burning Crusade was only out for a single year. And they thought it was okay to push out Wrath. So, yeah. I mean, if we have ICC in winter, like January time, Ruby Sanctum, yeah, but who cares? Who cares about Ruby Sanctum? I freaking forgot Ruby Sanctum existed. After you kill Arthas, like, who really cares? What? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think definitely. Like, okay, even if we have another raid or whatever, like January, you still have a bunch of months. Yeah, it's summertime. They always do summer releases for Classic, and they're not. It's not going to be summer 2025 because we're not going to get there. You know. Oh, Blizzard does, and yeah, they'll release it, so they'll probably release it, you know, January, February, March, April, May. They'll probably release it in May, June, July, August. Cataclysm. September 2024. The Cataclysm happens. Yeah, they're not gonna wait much longer. I don't think they're gonna wait much, because listen, I'm pretty sure like Wrath of the Lich King playership is at an all-time low. It's definitely not a game, it's not a version of the game that's growing and pulling in more players. But what could grow and what could pull in more players, especially if they catch it like whenever the season ends. So the best time to do do a Cataclysm Classic is going to be whenever the season of Mastery 2 ends. They should try to time it around that. Because Wrath of the Lich King is not pulling in more people, and it's not really maintaining the people that it has. So I think the time is nigh to put ICC out, let people kill Arthas, crap out the Ruby Sanctum, whatever, like that's fine, and then let people go into Cataclysm. Yeah, it's gonna be summer of next year, absolutely. It could be all the way till September 20th because that's still summer, like we've talked about that before. But yeah, it's not going to be any later than summer of 2024. So yeah, we'll get ICC very quickly on the heels of ICC. We'll get the last patch, and at BlizzCon they'll announce it. At BlizzCon they'll tell you, hey, here's ICC, that's coming out tomorrow, and oh here's the next schedule for the next raid. Oh, and also we're doing Cataclysm Classic. We're definitely going to get a Cataclysm Classic announcement at BlizzCon. So it can't be any further out than next summer. That's a good point, Robert. They're going to do another... do they have it scheduled yet, the Joyous Journey, or are we just extrapolating? Because yeah, they're definitely going to do, like, during the lull, they're going to do another Joyous Journey soon, I'm sure. That'll be cool. Where am I from? I was born in Michigan. I've lived in Missouri, and now I'm back in Michigan. Yeah. Kind of like Eminem. From Michigan to Missouri and back again. Yeah. Yeah, they typically do it like 4 weeks before the patch comes out. Because usually by the time the patch comes out, that's when JJ ends. At least that's what I thought I noticed in the past with JJ. What was that? It's like a lead up to the new content, right? I think that we'll be done with Wrath around like May, and then June, July, August, we'll be waiting for Cataclysm. Yeah. I think March or May, you'll get the last, you know, we'll have ICC this winter, because of course they're going to drop ICC in the winter. I mean, how could you not? And then we'll get the last patch in either March or May, and then by August or mid-September we'll have Cataclysm. And that will have been like 2 years, right? That'll have been 2 years of Wrath. Cata in February. It won't be that soon. No. Because somebody pointed out we have Ruby Sanctum. Whatever. I forgot about Ruby Sanctum. I don't know. Maybe I stopped playing after I killed Lich King. Is Ruby Sanctum 3 dragons? What's is it some red dragon stuff? Why don't I remember Ruby Sanctum? Maybe this is why no one's gonna care. Cause like I don't even remember it. As of August 21st, only 28,000 people are playing Wrath. I wish I had like other numbers to like compare that to. You know, because on its own, that's a big number like on its own in a vacuum kind of. But if the goal is like 100,000 players, then it's nothing. You know what I mean? I think if we're ever going to see a Classic Plus, it's probably not going to be till after the Cataclysm era, like unfortunately. Or it'll happen all in the Vanilla era. They're either going to add stuff You know how like in Wrath they added the heroic plus plus dungeons and the new currencies? So like technically that's classic plus. They added new dungeon difficulties, new affixes, new vendors, and new currencies that were never in the game. So that is classic plus content. We've gotten the classic plus content that they can afford to give us right now. And so the only way we get more classic plus content is if they can prove a case for the fact that like WoW retail is not growing people, but WoW Classic is growing. And then they could afford to give us new content, but that's going to take like a year or two. We're not going to see any real Classic plus plus content for at least the next couple of years, and that's if WoW Classic continues to pop off. And then, yeah, I'd rather have it be done in Vanilla era, but since the only Classic plus we've gotten has been in Wrath of the Lich King, it's hard to think they're not going to do some stuff with Cataclysm similar to what they did. Like adding higher difficulty dungeons, adding new currencies. That seems to be the extent of what they're interested in doing right now. So, and that could change over time. But then, yeah, where are they going to do the new content at? Are they going to try to shove it into Cataclysm, or are they going to go back and like put some new stuff in Vanilla era? I don't know. Seeing as how the only Classic Plus content they've done so far has been for Wrath of the Lich King, I don't know. Are the auction houses city specific? No. No, they're faction specific. Ruby Sanctum was put out only as filler because Cata was taking too long to develop. It was like two bosses loosely tied together to the Red Dragonflight and Twilight stuff. Okay. Rhea, thank you. That's, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't remember it being a big deal. I remember killing Arthas and that being the end of the expansion for me. Yeah, just a filler raid. Okay, well that makes perfect sense. And yeah, and that's why I say, like, no, we're gonna get Cataclysm by summer of next year, if not sooner. Because, like, there's not going to be a lot of people coming back for the Ruby Sanctum. After you kill Arthas, in ICC, there's not going to be people like, oh man, I can't wait to kill some red dragons. Like, no one's going to care. They're just, if they still want to play, like, the evolution of Classic, they're going to want the next expansion to come out, you know? Do mounts drop in the Ruby Sanctum? Yeah, I'm sure there's some cool red mounts. Who cares though? This is what I don't understand is like, why do you want to collect mounts in Classic WoW? You know, everyone's already done it. Everyone's already got the mounts the first time around. Why do people care about collecting mounts in Classic? If you want to collect mounts, go play retail. There's so many amazing mounts to collect in retail. Yeah, I just don't... Maybe there are people who are, like, really into mount collecting and pet collecting in Classic. I don't know. Bragging rights? Why? Like, because you had a guild and you can get carried through the run enough to get the drop to happen? Like, I don't know. Maybe... I bet there are people like that, but listen, I don't think there's a large number of people that care a lot about farming up mounts in a version of the game that's 10 years old when the mounts all kind of look like ass anyway. You know, there are probably some people. It's not bragging rights anymore because it's at this point it's a 10-year-old expansion. The bragging rights happen when you do it originally. You get bragging rights when you do it when the game first comes out, not in the Classic relaunch of it, because it's already been done to death by people who were there originally. I don't see that there's like really a lot of real bragging. I get that some people will like to have it, but I don't think it's bragging rights like the way it would have been originally. Maybe it is for some people. To me, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm not a big mount collector though, personally, so like, you know, take my opinion here with a big old grain of salt. Maybe there's hundreds of thousands of people that want to collect mounts in Wrath of the Lich King and I have no idea. It doesn't seem that exciting to me. It seemed cool originally, like back then I wanted some of the cool mounts because they looked freaking cool, because they were cutting edge back then, you know? Yeah, I wanted my Drake mounts. But this time around, I didn't care. I didn't care about farming up a mount. I already did it once. They could... Rhea, not only would I not have cared, I apparently would not have noticed. I apparently just... I would not have noticed that they didn't put it out, like, because I had completely forgotten that it ever existed. I was like, okay, patch 1, patch 2, patch 3, and done. Three patches and done. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I can't wait till the 4th patch of Wrath to kill me some red dragons. That's going to be really cool after I fight the Lich King. Yeah, they could probably just not do it at all. It would aggravate exactly 5 people. Who were the 5 people who really want to collect that mount. Like, those people would be heartbroken. They'd probably also be the most vocal people on the forums. Because that's like kind of how WoW works. I'd really love to get this last trophy swoop quill so that we can be done hunting the swoops. That would be awesome. I see it. You think the mount collecting is for the people that didn't play Classic? See, I don't really know about that, because I feel like the people who didn't play Classic originally, they don't have an attachment to those mounts or anything, and so like to them the mounts probably just look like garbage. Because if you didn't play Classic, then you're probably used to like more modern games. And if you're used to more modern games, you're probably used to mounts looking amazing, because you probably play retail. And so then you get into Wrath, and like the mounts all kind of look like low texture garbage, and I just can't see like a lot of modern players who didn't play Classic originally being super excited to collect mounts in a 10-year-old game. What's the highest level on the server right now? I don't know. Let's slash who 20 to 30. Well, I mean, we have a level 30. Let's go higher. I don't know why. Maybe we gotta do, let's narrow it down. Let's do 30 to 40. 35. Level 35 mage, 33 warrior, 32 shaman. That's our cream of the crop. These are the people who have been poop socking it since the servers launched. They are in their mother's basement. They are 38 to 42 years old. They don't have a job because they collect disability from the one job they had a long time ago where they broke their leg and it healed just fine, but they've been collecting disability ever since. Their mom constantly threatens to kick them out of the house, but somehow, you know, she can't bring herself to do it. And their desk is littered with Mountain Dew bottles that haven't been cleaned for 4 weeks since the last time Mom did it. It's probably all those people. I can't imagine any other life where that is somebody. So, yeah. Because I don't know how the hell you get to 35. Unless you just haven't moved. Unless you've been playing for 17 hours a day. Yeah. A neat, not employed. Yeah. A neat. It's a neat. Yeah, that's what I just described. I think I just described that person. Living in their mother's basement. Their desk is covered in Mountain Dew cans in ding-dong wrappers. Yeah, they have a porta potty bucket next to their chair, so they don't even have to get up while they're in a dungeon. They just scooch over a little bit. Yeah, they don't know what employment is. They don't have an income. If they have an income, it's some kind of disability. They've been to the shrink enough to like become their failure to thrive. They've been diagnosed with failure to thrive, so they collect a little bit of money from the state they live in. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. I mean, I play in a basement. So like there's that. Just Asmongold lives in an attic. Okay, it's not the same thing at all. Asmongold is also a millionaire, so I didn't describe Asmongold because explicitly what I said was that the only income they make is by some kind of former disability, social security, or something like that, if they make any money. So that's definitely not Asmongold. It might have been more apt at one point in his life, I'm sure, but not recently. What about the bag situation? It's not good, obviously. Traveler's backpack, 99,999 gold on the AH. Yep, when the bots get enough money to sell, someone will buy it. Someone will buy it. Buttle, I got you if no one else has yet. G invites. Come on. Pop. There we go. Gotcha. Savage. Am I being too savage? I don't know. I don't know what to think about somebody who already hit level 35. I think about all the times in my life when I played an unhealthy amount of time, and it still probably would not have gotten me to that level. Because even when I've played a lot of WoW, even when I've sat and I played 6 or 7 hours of WoW a day, there's always been like other shit that I've wanted and needed to do. Even when I was 22, you know, and had a roommate, had a part-time job, you know, worked minimally, there was still stuff I did that wasn't playing WoW. Still had to get my workouts in, I still had to clean up, I still had to go to a job sometimes. So I don't really know what to think, unless they're a kid. You know, it could be a kid. I think like how many young kids like of school age are playing WoW, like I hope not many. But that's really the only other explanation is like kid on summer break. Kid on summer break. But this is not really a game that targets younger people, obviously, so I think of the other things that I said are probably a lot more likely than it just being like a kid on his summer break having a fun time, you know. Yeah, I'm right, but it's still savage. Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes the truth is really, really hard to take. Top speed levelers in the mid-40s by now? Yeah. And they're gonna die of a pulmonary embolism that travels from their hip into their lung, you know, because they haven't moved from their chair in 8 hours out of the day. So yeah, congratulations hitting max level first. Now you're dead in real life. I don't know what the hell the point that is. Like, oh good, now your body has completely fallen apart and turned on itself. Congratulations for sitting in your chair for 15 hours, dummy. I think anybody who plays that much is stupid and irresponsible, and probably needs to be under the guardianship of a more responsible human being. Unless they're making bank doing it, unless they're like, you know, super content creator and that's their job. If it's not your job and you're still sitting there for 15 hours a day trying to get your character to max level before anybody else, like if it's not your job and you're doing that, then you should probably do some other stuff. You should probably do some other stuff too and not play for 16 hours a day. I'm just saying. Even the tips when you log into WoW, it says everything should be enjoyed in moderation, including World of Warcraft. Even the game tips tell you that. It's simple. What am I looking for here? Adventure Company workers. I don't remember this quest. I don't remember there being a mine back here or killing these guys or anything. And I should really be working on Dwarven Digging because it's level 8, but you know. Yeah, Alex, that's how I feel. It's like, I feel like I play a lot, right? I feel like I play a lot. I feel like some of you guys play a lot, but I don't think anybody here is playing for 16 hours a day. And so, like, the best case scenario is also the worst case scenario. So let's say it's a kid on summer vacation. A kid shouldn't be playing that much video games. Even if you're a college kid, you should be out there doing something in real life a little bit, you know? So even best case scenario that it's a kid, that's still worst case scenario for me, because I have a kid. And at no point in his life would I want him to be playing a video game for 15 hours. And if I found out that he was, I'd go to where he lived, I'd drag him outside, and I'd take him outside to a ball game or something, you know? So I just feel like best case scenario is also worst case scenario. It makes me sad when people, like, overplay that much. I don't know why. Oh, okay, fizz sprocket. Okay, we can do this. Let's do the cooldown. Boom, attack power. Boom, more attack power. How do you like that? You don't like it. Look at that, we crushed him. On to the next. We gotta back up a little bit. Back it up. We got respawns coming in hot. Alright, let's pop a little potion here. It was really little. That was the littlest potion I could ever think about. Let's kill this guy, and then we're out of here. I think we need to, oh, we gotta loot the clipboard. How are we gonna loot the clipboard? Let's bandage really quick, and we gotta kill this guy and loot the clipboard, like, instantly. I'm gonna loot the clipboard as I go in, so that, like, if we have to run, we have the clipboard. Yeah, let's loot the clipboard. Okay, we're good. Let's keep backing it up, Let's loot as we back up. Let's hamstring this guy. He's probably about to run. Okay, dead. Cool. Alright, let's get out of here a little bit. I don't think we really need to be this deep in here. I'm really surprised we're not seeing more respawns. I mean, I guess it's a perspective thing, because I feel like the last couple days I have played excessively, but it's been okay. It's been okay, because I'm making sure that I'm still able to do other things that I want to do, and I'm making sure that I do other things that I need to do. And I still feel like, well, I'm playing excessively, but it's okay, because it's a launch week. So, like, I should be able to play, like, more than I normally might. Yeah, Varg, exactly. Even if you could play that much, like, don't you just eventually want to get up and go do something else? Right. Yeah, that's exactly my point, is, like, even if you could play that much, like, I would recommend, and I would wish that people wouldn't. Because I feel like those are the horrible stories you hear about video games. Like, guy plays video game in Korean coffee shop, dies 17 hours later when he never moves. Like, those are some of, like, the horror stories that people try to use to, like, defame video games. They point to shit like that. And the cause of it is people with, like, they don't have, like, the self-control to, like, say, okay, this is great, I want to do this, but I also need to be responsible for my human body. And for, like, society at large around me. So it always worries me when I see people play that much. My friend kind of did that back when we were, like, in our 20s. Like, he was kind of like that, where, like, yeah, he could play for 15 hours a day. Like, especially if it was a launch or something exciting, like, he could just sit there and do it. And, yeah, he would cancel plans with real-life friends. We'd be like, hey, man, we're gonna go do the thing. And he's like, nah, I got a level. Oh, okay. And that happened, like, continuously, until he didn't really have a lot of friends left that weren't, like, in-game friends. Yeah, but that's cool too. Like, you have a stationary, like, bike, like, beneath the desk to do some cardio on. Like, at least get the blood flowing in your legs. What's up, guys? What's going on? Hey, Alex, is that you? That's you, right, man? I didn't just, like, take a random invite from a random person. Are we not in the same phase? Wait, what? I thought when you join a group, you're supposed to be put into the phase with that person. What in the world? Oh, there I am. I just changed phases. Oh, did you guys see it? I just changed phases. It took a while. Whoa. Alex, slow down. Hold on. Oh, this is a bad place. I got a full inventory, my man. I got a full inventory. Let me... Can I pick and choose here, or is it all or nothing? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 slots. Oh, man. Stringy wolf meat can go. What else do I have that can go? I'm about to give you some malachite. You want some malachite, right? For, like, crafting? Don't you need that for blacksmithing? I think that'll get me there inventory-wise, right? 1, 2, 3. No, that didn't get me there. There we go. Okay. Now we should be okay. Yeah, I think we should be fine now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's equip and rejoice. We do have 2 strength on a warrior's vest. We do have that going for us already. 73 is better. 86 is better. Did I find everything? Boots. We have 80. Okay, awesome, man. I appreciate it. I need to sell again. What are we still looking for here? Just lots of guys, workers and supervisors, and we should probably not be so deep in the cave. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, we'll probably, if they live, we'll probably see level 60s in a bit. The thing about hardcore is this, like, and I feel like some of these people who are poop socking it, they're gonna regret doing it, because what's gonna happen, guys? You know what's gonna happen to them, right? Can anybody guess what's gonna happen to the poop sockers? The people who are like level 40 already? What's gonna happen to them, do you think? They're gonna die eventually. Eventually, they're gonna die. It's gonna happen. And it doesn't matter how long they play. And it doesn't matter how much time they take off their part-time job. And it doesn't matter how long they can sit still without any blood flow going into their legs. Eventually, they're gonna die. It's not like a normal launch when, like, you can be like, I'm gonna be the first one to 60. It's gonna be great. And it's like a normal race to 60. I understand, like, a level of it then. But when it's hardcore, like the maxim, it's a marathon and not a race, I feel like that's true. And they're gonna die. They're racing to be the first, but they're gonna die. They're gonna die, and what's going to kill some of them is the fatigue generated by playing the game so much consecutively. They're gonna get fatigued, and they're gonna make a mistake that they wouldn't make if they had a night's sleep. Yeah, and then they're gonna die. Or their internet's gonna go out and they're gonna die that way. Like, something's gonna happen, and a lot of these people who are like playing for 15, 16, 17 hours a day to try to race to be the first 60, a lot of them are gonna die. I wish I could be there for those deaths. I wish I could have a camera in the room when those people die. When the person who sat there 20 hours a day, slept 4 hours a night for the past 4 nights, they die at level 52, like, I want to see that. Because I think that might be a death that I actually laugh at. Because that's kind of like a you brought it on yourself type of thing. When someone dies at level 58 in Stormwind for drowning, I feel like that's fake for content. Unfortunately, I feel like it's fake for content. I'm gonna body pull this guy. There we go. Yeah, I don't believe those like silly deaths where people like walk into the fire in Ironforge or they drowned outside a storm. I don't really know if I believe in any of that stuff. It all just kind of feels made up to me. Maybe some of it's true, but I take it all with a grain of salt. Yeah, I could see some of it, but I don't know which ones are the poop sockers and which ones are just normal people trying to stream. I'm only interested in seeing the people die when they've played 20 hours a night and have neglected all of real life. Those are the only... Everyone else I just feel bad for. Like, I feel bad for, like, average players losing their characters. So, yeah. I'm out of this cave. I am leaving this cave, so I shall not be joining the group for the cave. Yeah, that's what I mean, like it's staged. Yeah, I mean like they let themselves get killed on purpose for content, for clicks. Yeah, like definitely it happened, you know. But I feel like that kind of stuff is always like intentional. Maybe that's just tinfoil hat. Yeah, someone who would love to get more sleep. Why are you staying up for 20 hours to play WoW? Yeah. I mean, I got on the other day and I didn't have any sleep, right? Like, but my problem was like I wasn't gonna get sleep no matter what. I hadn't stayed up to play the game. I'd stayed up to vacuum out my flooded basement. And then after the anxiety and fear that instilled in me, I just couldn't sleep. And so the next day with no sleep, I played WoW. Because like the alternative was just sitting in a comatose state, unable to sleep anyway. So I can't imagine intentionally depriving myself of sleep every night, night after night, to wake up to play. It's just like, maybe that's just beyond me. What would be cool is like when we do get our first server 60, it should ding the whole server. Like for the first 5 people that hit 60, they should ding the whole server. And like, cause that's gonna be the only payoff for these people. The only payoff for these people is gonna be like if people know about them. You know what I mean? So I feel like what Blizzard could do for these people who are gonna eventually physically kill their human bodies trying to do this, like they should ping the whole server whenever someone hits 60, and maybe they could like have their names inscribed on a statue of Sylvanas' face or something. Like I don't know what they want to do, but they should do something for the people who hit level 60 first in the hardcore realms, because they are literally running the risk of killing their physical selves to do it. So there should be some kind of payoff for them, you know? Yeah, my bags are full, so we're trying to go back. Right, we're trying to get... I'm just trying to finish this stuff up and get out of here. Am I going to have room for this? Probably no. Yeah, the inventory situation has been markedly bad. It's the double gathering. It definitely is probably the double gathering professions that's been killing my inventory. And then the only other thing we have is, that's low level here, is the Dwarven Digging. After that, we might, well, we have Rights of Vision, we can head up to Thunder Bluff. Yeah, they'll let it be announced. They won't go to sleep, they're going to fall into a coma, because their natural circadian rhythms are going to be so obliterated that they're probably never going to be able to sleep normally again. At that point, you probably have to take a handful of melatonin to sleep a normal amount of time. Wouldn't that only encourage more to do it? It's like they find their own encouragement. Maybe it would. I'm not even saying you tell them about that. You don't carrot them with it. You just let it happen. Like if you're Blizzard, you just put it in there. You don't carrot people with it. You just have it be a thing that happens once it's done. You'd be like, oh hey, you first 5 people, here we go. We're gonna blast your names, and they're gonna be like, oh cool, I got my name blasted. No, it should be an afterthought. It shouldn't be something they're chasing. It should be something that happens. If that makes sense. I'm running around in a daze. I need a vendor. All I need is a vendor. Any vendor will do. Okay. This we don't need. This. Oh. Wait. Oh yeah. No, Bion's been equipped. Okay. I'm probably gonna sell that one. Okay. So let's sell and then let's mail things off to the bank alt. Two-handed mace specific to Tauren. I have never seen anything like this. Have you guys seen many weapons that are race specific? Huh. That's so weird. I am not a Tauren, so we have to let that one go. Alex, that would be cool. I like that idea. What else? Alright, let's mail the rest of the stuff we've got. That's soulbound, that's not going anywhere. I'm gonna send some of my silver over too. I'm gonna start being careful here. And I'm gonna send over half of my silver just in case anything were to happen to us at any point in time. Yeah, I don't want to be pessimistic, but especially if I'm gonna have that character do all the shopping for us, I think it's fine to send most of the silver. Let's send a little bit more. Let's keep a little bit of what we need for, like, you know, our abilities and stuff, but let's go ahead and just, we'll send a little bit more over. I'm fine with that. And then I should probably do some auction house stuff because of, like, well, I'm not gonna have that stuff, but I should have some stuff that I sent myself earlier. And then maybe I can get that on the auction house and get that going. I really wish they would make it so that, like, mail from account to within your account is instant. I understand, like, back in the day it was a server limitation. They couldn't make it instant back in the day. But the technology exists. We can make it faster, stronger, etc. Okay, so we sold some more stuff. That's good. Very good. Very good. And I'll just hold on to that stuff. And I'll put the stack of leather up and that'll be it. Alright, and on that note, guys, in full transparency, I am coming up to 6 o'clock here, so I have an NFL game to watch. I appreciate you guys coming for the afternoon stream. It was really awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we will be back tomorrow, probably similar to today. I want to try to be on around like 11 a.m. my time. So yeah, I hope to see you guys then. And thanks again. As always, take care of yourselves out in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.